All right. Cool. So look, no crazy intro, just a lot of energy today. I want to talk about something that I've been dealing with for a long time, and I didn't know that I was dealing with it until I sat back and I thought, like, why does this keep happening? And I had a situation today that just made me really, like, fully realize it, and I'm grateful. But something I've been dealing with as a content creator, as a business professional, as an entrepreneur, all the things that I embody in life. I've been dealing with survivor's remorse, right? And what is survivor's remorse? From my understanding, it's when you go through a situation, you make it out of that situation, and remorse is basically like feeling bad for somebody, or, you know, resonating with them or relating to them in a certain type of way. So I noticed that the reason why I say I have survivor's remorse is because, plain and simple, like I said, no intros, no fancy fluff talk, just straight communication, right? There have been so many times in my life, and maybe you watching this video can relate to this, but it's been a lot of times in my life where I will look at the activities that I'm doing, I'll look at the output, I'll look at the results that I'm getting, and then I start to pay attention to who I'm around. Little things like, if 5 people are doing this, you'll be the 6th person, starts to really make sense, right? Little things like influence definitely rubs off. It starts to pay off, right? Now, I say all that to say, like, I'm the kind of person that, like, I'm motivated. I'm self-motivated. I'm self-driven. I take initiative. I don't really like to waste time and beat around the bush. I avoid any sense of, like, being a narcissist. I am very giving. I'm very caring. I'm the type of person that I'm going to set my mind to do something, and I don't care if anybody else believes it or not, wants to help me or not. Like, I'm going to achieve that shit. And there have been so many times in my life where people don't really help me, yet they ask me for help, and I'm so willing to give it. Or people will, like, take advantage of me, and I really won't know how to protect myself, like, because I'm thinking that, you know, I'm thinking they're like me. Everybody's like me, and everybody's not like me. Everybody's not like you. They don't think the same. They don't move the same. They don't act the same. It's just different. So, you know, I had a situation in my life where I had to realize, like, yo, I'm cutting this motherfucker off. What value do they bring to my life, bro? Like, for real, what value do they bring to my life? Like, if they're not around me, are they doing something to better themselves? Or do they only get inspired after they start looking at everybody else, and then they want to follow a trend and be like, oh, I want to do this, and then can you help me? And because of survivor's remorse, I say to myself, like, you know what? I want this person to succeed and be there with me, and I want them to get the same results. Why? Because I don't want to do it and then they're like, damn, you didn't tell me, or you were stingy with the sauce, or you didn't help me. So I'm like, yo, I'll give you the game. Now, this is after me going out on my own, spending money, spending resources. Man, the amount of time that I put in to be in the position that I'm in, and freely give away the info and the knowledge, and all that has come to a stop. Like, it literally came to a stop. I remember being in positions where I've been editing and doing videos for over 13 years now. I vividly remember situations where I would be doing work to build my portfolio or get my work out there, and I would help people. And when I would help them, they would get a good result, obviously, and they would want me to continue, and I would want to continue because I want to keep the result going. But I had to learn the balance between being creative and being a business owner. You can be creative all you want, just don't be creative with the business. Like understanding like supply and demand and basic economics and marketing and things that drive a business, the different functions. Don't be creative with that. Like that stuff works, right? So I had to learn that the hard way. I had to learn that people will take advantage of you, and if you don't stop them, they won't stop. Like they will take advantage of you. So I ran into an issue where I'm like doing a bunch of editing work, and I'm doing a bunch of marketing, and I'm passionate about this. So this is stuff that I would do regardless, but people, they will let you do it for free. As long as you want to do it for free and you don't ask for any money, and you have a helping mindset, and you want to help this person that they kind of want to help themselves, but you want to help yourself, and you got to pay for it, gang, right? And I would be overexhausting myself, experiencing burnout, over extending resources that I'm not getting compensated for or have no equal value to me. So I had to really sit back for a long time and realize, like, yo, survivor's remorse, man. When you call on me and you ask me for help, I'm readily available, but I can't do the same thing when it comes to you. You ever heard of crabs in a bucket? You know what crabs in a bucket is? Crabs in a bucket is, crabs are in the bucket and they're trying to get out of the bucket. And when you have one crab that's almost out of the bucket, you'll have another crab pull that crab down. For whatever reason. It could be, I don't know, whatever reason, but that's what happens, right? That's where the term, like, when they say crabs in a bucket, it's like you're trying to get out of the bucket, but you'll have other crabs trying to bring you back down. And I'm not disrespectful, or I don't have any animosity. Like, I'm not mad. I think I'm in a good place where I can like talk about this. And I always avoided talking about topics like this because I would feel like internal anger, or just being upset, or just being frustrated at not understanding why this pattern keeps on happening. But I'm no longer in that position to be taken advantage of, or I don't feel like I'm dealing with survivor's remorse anymore. So I'm not really like, since I'm not dealing with survivor's remorse anymore, I can talk about these things. I can talk about how they've affected me and what they've done to me, and just a bunch of factors allowed me to do this. With it being 2025, I didn't drop as much content as I wanted last year. I was dealing with some of this stuff last year, right? And it just brought me to a point where I was like, yeah, nah, I know my value. When you really understand your value, you understand that you don't need anybody per se. Or you can choose who you want to be around. Like, if I remove myself from a situation, let me tell you something, right? It's a lot of situations that I've added myself to, I haven't been compensated for. Or I was compensated for, on a one-time basis, but continual services were expected. Let's just say the business wasn't right. I've been in a bunch of situations where the business wasn't right. The creative side was always there, but the business wasn't right. And that put me in a position to be taken advantage of. So I would be trying to figure out why am I being taken advantage of? Taking accountability for it at the same time, understanding that, like, yo, it's all your fault, bro. You gotta take that on the chin. But then not wanting to talk about it because I know if I publicly speak about these things in detail, it's gonna come off like I'm sour or bitter. When I was just trying to figure out and understand. Now I understand. I see the light. It's so clear. It made me realize, like, yo, bro, you've been dealing with survivor's remorse and you gotta talk about it. So, this is a video where I'm not thinking about the time limit. I'm not thinking about a structure or a script. Like, if you made it this far in the video, shout out to you. Like it, comment, let me know that you're listening and paying attention, or even that you're going through the same situation. Like, the reason why I want to share my knowledge and what I have now is because I've done a lot with it. and I want to help other people get through. I remember looking for people to help me with certain situations, not like physically help me, give me any money or like do something for me. I really don't like handouts. Because as soon as you take a handout, ask for a favor, or show that you're in some type of need, people will readily take advantage of that. They will exploit that, man. I'm trying to tell you. Save yourself the headache and focus on yourself. Put yourself in a position where you can create the leverage. Nobody's trying to, they're not trying to leverage you now. Like, you have the opportunity to do things and say things and move the way you want to do. But without that leverage, it's going to be a very difficult game. I'm grateful and I'm proud to say that I could talk about these things because I've been through the situation and I've created the leverage in my life that I needed to not need anybody, right? I remember looking for clients for when I was like building my agency a certain type of way, trying to figure it out. I understood I had the fulfillment and I just needed people to, help get it out there. And people were like more focused on me doing the work to get them out there. And I'm just like, bruh, sis, what are we doing here? So I'm at the point now in my business where I have all the clients that I need. I hit the goals that I wanted. And the shit happened fast. I remember a certain period where I was like, yo, when is this shit gonna happen? I remember my business falling apart. I remember trying to figure it out. I remember going through shit and not knowing how to vent about it or ask for help. Feeling like the best kept secret, feeling like I have a lot of value, but I have no visibility. Value with no visibility is, oh man, yo. Value with no visibility. I got to that point from survivor's remorse. So I don't really care anymore in terms of, I don't care about keeping friendships if they don't bring me any value. I don't care about assessing friendships to make sure that I should keep them active or I should just go about my business. Like, I'm the kind of dude that I help so many people. I don't care about helping people anymore. Like, you should be able to help yourself. Like, I don't care about, I'm just in a different space. I've just matured to a different level. I'm not dealing with survivor's remorse anymore, man. If you're not helping yourself, I can't help you. There's no double back. Something I always notice is that people will either not understand and we may stop working, and then eventually they will come back, they'll ask me for something, and I'm not the kind of guy to be like, yeah, I knew you were, that's not me. I don't deal with like ego. I don't like when other people display ego, and I've gone through enough things in my life to know when something is ego-based or, when it's genuine. So I don't have any beefs. I don't have any grudges. I really don't have anything holding me back from like not making this video. This is a shoot, record, post it, go about your business. But again, I want to make this video because I just thought about, how much I dealt with survivor's remorse and all the times where I felt like used, or me trying to help somebody else turned into me getting hurt, or my business not progressing, or people just don't see the vision, and you just got to keep going, bro. Like, you got to keep going. Usually I'm able to, like, I'm in a state of mind where I'm able to spit motivation and give you inspiring things and change your paradigm, change the way you think about things. But, I was going through a very rough time, and I had to motivate myself. I couldn't be there for other people to motivate them. And you got to be able to, reserve your strength to be able to go through those times, yo. So this video, I just really wanted to talk about dealing with survivor's remorse and just a bunch of topics around that. How I got over survivor's remorse. You gotta wake up and assess yourself. And if you don't like your life, you don't like your situation, you don't like what you're going through, you gotta change some shit. Like, you can't be mad at me if I'm telling you, yo, let's work on YouTube. It's free. Costs no money to post. You don't need a fancy camera. Yo, let's focus on YouTube. But all you want to do is go to your job, get off of work, go home, play video games. And you don't even stream it. You don't even record it. But then, you get upset that you're in the same place that you were years ago. You gotta understand how to cut people off and not feel bad about it. So build yourself up. Do things that give you value. Read books. Like, people don't read no books. I can show you my library right now, bro. People don't read books. They sit online and they scroll. There's no comparison. You spent 8 hours out of your day scrolling online. When I spent 4 hours reading a book and working out and doing personal development, we're not on the same level. Why should I feel bad about that? Why should I want to turn around and help you? Like, that's gonna lead me to be hurt, not have the ability to help myself. So, I've done so many sales calls where I've come to the conclusion that based on my personality, the way that I am, how giving and caring and open, honest, transparent I am, and I'll just say I have the perfect personality to be taken advantage of. And if I'm not aware, I will be taken advantage of. So I'm grateful that, I've gone through what I've gone through, because it helped me see that, like, majority of people that know me need my services, but they won't want to pay for it because it's me. And I seem like a friend to them. Therefore, they don't really respect my business. They always looking for a family discount. Yo, bro, I even got some people that think I'm just going to sit there and edit and do their full marketing for free, or until they get to a point where their business can pay me what I'm asking. I'm not doing that, bro. What kind of sense does that make? It doesn't. If you want quality, you know where to go. If you want focused work, you know where to go. Like, you want somebody to pour in your brand and your business the same way you do, you know where to go. I don't have to, this is not an advertisement. Like, I currently don't need any clients. If I'm working with clients, you have to qualify, because the money the money means everything to me. It's right up there with oxygen, but it doesn't mean anything in terms of I have to take everybody's money. My services are quality. They're premium. I don't have to brag about it. I get most of my clients through word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't see me. I don't have a website. I don't do advertisements and stuff like that. Save me some money, When I'm ready to scale to a very high point, if I ever, go to that point, I know what to do. But up until then, you gotta protect yourself, man. I just wanted to make this video to kind of clear my mind, man. For YouTube this year on this channel, I'm definitely monetizing this channel with like real vlog content, real like stories and testimonials. I just did 2 sales calls earlier for my agency and one for my mentorship. So, these weren't calls that I had to, bro, when it came to the point of me, I felt like I was doing everything by myself. And when you run a business, you gotta kind of do that when you're bootstrapping and getting it off of the ground. Like, you gotta do everything by yourself. And I got to the point where I was doing everything by myself for so long that I started looking for people to help me scale. And when I would present them with the idea, like, yo, help me scale, I thought that it would be, like, I knew I wasn't at the point to pay them like a salary or anything like that. But, I had enough to get them in a position to make some bread. Whether it was like paying them directly, paying them a referral fee, getting their content right to have something to display and go show other people and bring clients in. But I'm not gonna lie, at this point in my journey, I'm way past that. Like, I don't need referrals. I don't need clients. Like, I'm set. I got what I need, what I wanted to be able to sustain a lifestyle of time freedom, financial freedom, flexibility, and being able to travel, right? So I'm gonna start dropping more of that content for you guys, but that was the lesson I learned from today, man. Survivor's remorse, for me personally, was a crutch. And you can't help anybody that doesn't want to help themselves. And you got to keep turning up, man. Build your own value up so, people have a reason to come to you. And to end off the video, I know I'll probably think about a bunch of other topics around this, but I'm gonna end off with this video because I think my phone, if it's not dead already, is about to die. I got like 10%, but survivor's remorse, man. The last thing I'm gonna end with is people will not care about helping you until you show that you do not need any help. And it's wild to get to that position and know, like, damn, all the times I needed help, like, it was hard to get the help. But when I don't need the help now, everybody wants to help. I mean, we ain't letting them double back 25, gang. You had your time. Turn up. Straight up. That's my video. It's your boy EddyOneTake, man. All we do is numbers. See you on the next one. Shit up.